Yeah, what's up, YouTube fan? PringleTheOne in the goddamn building. I am in the building, though. Just saying. All right, y'all. I got some good, man. Some real good. Now, I've been wanting to do this, but I just have not sat down to do this shit. But I have a top 5 JRPG list that isn't from Square Enix. A while back, I seen Pro Jerry do a top 10. But what he did, and what I'm doing, is that he excluded specific action RPGs and stuff like that because he says that they're different, they're completely different series and all that stuff, and handhelds and such. But on my list, I did include those because to me, I still see them as JRPGs. Even though I know that they're different from, between the different amongst all the categories and stuff like that. But I did put those into the list. So then, without a further ado, before we begin, I want you, yes, you the viewer, to sit down and enjoy this video. I'm not even gonna tell you to subscribe and like, but subscribe and like. Alright? But I will be making these once per month. Top 5 list once per month. That's what I'm gonna give you guys now. So without a further ado, let's start this bitch.
Welcome to PringleTheOne's world.
Number 5, Khemia 2, Fall of the Alchemy. No one talks about this game, which is kind of sad because it's so damn fun. When I originally bought this game, it came with a collector's edition, which nowadays costs more than need be. It's about 100 bones now, but it was 50 when I got it. The game is your traditional style JRPG in terms of combat, since it's turn-based, but the way it executed is very enjoyable and engaging. There's also extra elements that play into that factor. The skills you gain, which can add on to the power of their attacks, the alchemy, which is a big staple in a lot of Gus games, and how the allocation of whose turn comes up next is another cool thing during combat. The story is also engaging, a funny story which you can take with it what you will. It allows you to play between a male and a girl, which gives you different routes and stories of gameplay, and is actually worth the choice when you notice it's not the same crap, and you're just playing different main protagonists. It's really enjoyable. It's cool because what it does is that it shows you different point of views without bullshitting you because you chose the male or female. Also had no issues with the voice acting. Never really seemed that much of an issue.
That's top secret, but I'll tell you if you want to be my sidekick.
I know some people probably complain about it. I don't know. Some people complain about Gus voice acting. I know G4 did a lot of reviews of the voice acting and they really hate it, but I liked it. I loved it actually. I'm really glad I got to play this game because the way they execute the theme of main characters being in school, the days passing during school to really get the story moving, makes it pretty fun, and I really enjoy that. There's also a colorful cast of characters, some that also make a reappearance from the first game, which was also good. And the girls are cute as fuck. They're so damn cute. I don't care what anybody says. One of the most few obscure games out there that was fun as shit for my PS2.
I want to make a big shout out to all the composers of these games, cause they amazing, man. It's so amazing that when your friend gives you like a real hot mixtape and it somehow warms your toast, and you're like, damn, that was hot, man, and you're like, yo, I didn't know something can get so hot that you gotta start taking out your pants and your socks and shit, and it's like that, man. But that's how I feel like when I play this game. I'm just saying, man, they that good.
Number 4, Dark Cloud 2. Man, I'm replaying this thing and really remembering why it was one of my favorites back in the day. This shit is so long. And I realized that because there is an insane amount of things to do that can take this game to being an even stronger rival to Kingdom Hearts 2 or any dungeon crawling JRPG that dropped around these times. I swear to you guys, I can put so much hours into this without even noticing the time at all. The game presents itself as a strong dungeon crawling game that is based on events outside of the dungeon crawling, as well as a story that can be progressed at your own pace. You can literally grind out in the first dungeon trying to make out specific weapons and gathering items just because of the random number generated dungeons. Like RNG and Dark Souls, kind of like that. That's what makes this game really heavy on the grinding if you really want to do that stuff or just gather items. The game's story isn't that heavy, and it's like playing Dragon Quest in terms of story. It's been well received with the many things you can do, from grinding to side quests to taking dope photos to fighting real funky bosses to seeing Monica in a bikini. Excuse me, and creating your own towns. This game has a lot to serve, and I gotta say, man, it's pretty dope. Being only released in 2002 under level 5 and has gained nothing but great reviews, expect to at least put in 100 hours if you actually played this type of game. This is one of those games that when they made a second one, everything they did good in the first Dark Cloud was the shit in the second.
Number 3, Golden Sun, The Lost Age.
Oh, free my man Isaac, please! They need to put a hashtag on that thing and put it trending, because it should really have put, at least throw a freaking assist trophy on Smash 4 with Isaac on it. I mean, they did it in Brawl, right? So why can't they? That's for another time. That's for another time. Anyways, Golden Sun is by far an amazing series, but you know Nintendo, they want to put that thing in the Shadow Realm and act as if it never existed, and then they want to go and drop the series but put it on the Wii U eShop, even though the game has been primarily a damn handheld. So I guess Nintendo, that's what you want to do, but it just made this recording the game easier, I guess. Anyways, it's your typical turn-based RPG, but something about this game gives it strong, genuine flair. The fact that you can collect the many djinns, I'm gonna say djinns. If you say the djinns, that I've always been saying them djinns. I'm not even sure how you pronounce it, but I've always said djinns. The little creatures in the game that give the characters even more, power and stuff. Following up the events from the first game, which is what the second one does, and actually exploring a pretty huge world. Mind you, a lot of this was done on just a small handheld, which even more phenomenal. Like I gotta say, this was done on a little Game Boy Advance cartridge. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty dope. And you had the SP back then. Well, I had the SP back then, which had some light. So that was a pretty cool thing. But this experience, I swear to you, you have to have that experience on an SP or something like that, because to its core, it's almost the most traditional when it comes to a turn-based JRPG. But something about it, something really hits home with, I don't know what it is. Whether it was the interesting characters, the music, or the powers, something about it, I just don't know, but it's so freaking great. This game managed to age greatly for me. Something about an old school open world game that allows you to move so much, and the fact that this being a continuation of the first, being even better than the first, and allowing you to play with the old cast of characters, which makes out to have about 8 characters in your party. Oh my lord. Golden Sun, The Lost Age. You are the you are my, I love you. I love you, Golden Sun, The Lost Age. And I do love the DS one. That one's good too, but it's not better than The Lost Age.
Number 2, Fire Emblem 7.
Ooh, Fire Emblem 7. Oh my lord. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I don't remember much of the story of this game. More so that when I was a kid, it didn't make much sense to me. But I picked it up in the store and was like, oh damn, this shit looks dope. But little did I know I was going to play one of, if not my all-time favorite JRPG. With the grid-style strategy-based gameplay, it reminded me of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, and I'm a huge fan of the series as well, at least putting over 100 hours on each of those games. And Fire Emblem 7, despite how people, how more people enjoy the new 3DS one, I believe this one is like the cornerstone, if not, it is the cornerstone of what we see in the future Fire Emblem now. Well, for America, that is, because we got like the 7th, and it was already in Japan, and they went kind of greedy with us. I'm just saying. And tell me you didn't have love for the characters. Ooh, I love the characters. Playing this game where it tells you each character is extremely vital to going further in the story, well, some more than others, Fire Emblem shows how you can be punished for doing the slightest errors, and it's either you continue, like the fiend you are for killing your characters, I see you bastards, or you actually start the chapter all over again. And man, I love Fire Emblem's difficulty curve. Well, except for the difficulties that just, shit on you with the one-sidedness. You got motherfuckers with like silver blades in like the early chapters. But this game is precious to me. The sad thing is that I lost a physical copy. But the good thing is that it's actually on the eShop, and it's not even that much. I believe it's like $10. So, there you go. This strategy game is my true all-time high. I heart this game.
Number 1, Tales of Vesperia.
Guys, I went through so many playthroughs of this game, and god damn, I love Tales of Vesperia. This was the initial game that showed me into the Tales series, and I'm glad this was the first, cause man, this game has the most dopest combat system. By using the linear motion battle system, this game's mechanics are really enjoyable in terms of fighting. Matches can last from 15 seconds to even 5 minutes, and those are usually boss battles. I never grew tired of the fighting mechanics, and then there was also Graces, Tales of Graces, which had an even doper, intricate, more fighting style. There is also the assortment of characters. From the top of my head, I can actually remember a lot of them, especially the OG Jrpgs. You cannot forget that dog. He is, if not one of the dopest dogs ever in games.
Jrpgs though? Yo! Jrpgs is a fire ass dog. Cause he is though. Cause he is.
The music was really well made as well. I love the opening with Bonnie Pink. Fun fact, Bonnie Pink sung the English and Japanese openings of the song, and they both sound spectacular. Utada better watch her ass, cause Bonnie Pink is out there, and I heard her other music sounds pretty damn good. The story and atmosphere is really well done, and the way the game executed is enjoyable as hell. And as with all Tales games, you're on a journey to save the world, and it's traditional and kind of generic, but you really look past that and you see that the game is really good. Well, to me at least, but it's been reviewed pretty well, so I'm not the only one. I really love the art as well. It's very beautiful. The only thing I can truly hate is the fact that the game got ported over onto the PS3 and it added extra new stuff. Like, it added some really cool stuff that I wish the Xbox 360 version had. A new character, Flynn being playable, and then there's even costumes for Jrpgs. But you know, Japanese people want to do what they do. A man can only dream if they'll ever port this game. They won't. They won't. I know for a fact they won't. Oh well though, it's still dope. I just don't want to even bother hooking up my 360 nowadays to play it over again, but it's freaking amazing, man. It's so goddamn amazing. It is so amazing. If you're new to the Tales franchise, I heavily recommend playing this one, or maybe Symphonia or Xillia, but Vesperia might just be your go-to game for getting into the franchise. Oh, and did I mention? Yo, I love the cutscenes. I lived to unlocking cutscenes in the game.
Hey, why were you wearing that stuffy-looking suit of armor?
Oh, you didn't like it? It's pretty sturdy and protects my body quite nicely. See? Look at this beautiful skin, free of bruises and blemishes.
Very nice. I'm actually worried where my eyes might wander.
You don't look all that worried to me.
I've just got a good poker face. So you're okay? You don't mind leaving your armor behind?
It's sturdy, but it's heavy. Walking around with that on tires me out.
Hey, no complaints here. I prefer eye candy to scary armor any day.
Well, guys, hope you enjoyed that. I put a good amount of time to it. And it's been a minute since I put, like, you know, scenes of me and gameplay together. And I know it's been a minute since y'all seen the face. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Much love and appreciation. Tell me, what are your 5 favorite JRPGs? And it doesn't have to have a restriction. But try to make it so it's not Square Enix games and see how far you can get. Because I can tell you right now, that shit was hard, man. I wanted to put Tactics on that motherfucker so bad. I was like, oh, Tactics. But alright, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Much love and appreciation. Take care, everybody. I am out this bitch. Peace. Fade into the film. Fade, nigga, fade.